He's not a bat, he's a man who fights crime. And we're gonna watch him fight for a minute at a time. With John and Niall and a guest who doesn't rhyme. It's Bat
Minute! Attention once more, citizens of Gotham. Welcome to Bat Minute and Robin, the show that ain't kid stuff, sweetheart. I am one of your hosts, John Parker, and I'm sorry, that sounded very sexist.
That's just got a flash of Indiana Jones there, so I don't know if that makes you feel any better.
Well, but he's supposed to be a little bit sexist.
Oh,
not in a terrible way.
Yeah,
but
full-blown 1930s. Swashbuckler guy, sexist, yeah. But yeah, here collecting coin for the competition. It's me, Niall McGowan.
Oh, you're the banker.
Yeah. Over here, though, that just makes you think of Deal or No Deal. It's like, that's not that glamorous now. I just think of Noel Edmonds freaking hosting a show for little old ladies at 2 p.m.
Yeah, okay, we can change the B for a W, and that's you. Okay. And we are joined once again by our very special guest this week. It's Bryarly.
Hello, it's me. Hi.
Whoop,
Is that what you wanted? That little singy intro?
That's all we need. Like, we're wrapping up now.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
We worked into the Bat Minute musical whenever it lands.
We do know a lot of musicians who are very lazy, so we could slap them and say, do this for us, and they probably would.
They might be stressed out and bored now, you know.
But we are here instead to talk about minute 63. And the minute starts with the Fast and Furious's Race Wars, and it ends with Race Wars.
Yeah. This is it full on into like early days Fast and Furious here. Like you're almost expecting like old school Dom Toretto and Paul Walker to jump up out of the ground here any second.
You could do a flashback in the new Fast and Furious where they're in this scene. They're not averse to going back in time and crap.
Oh, yeah. We were very confused watching the latest movie about like, when is this set? This is the 80s now. It
so
looks like
Red Letter Media, if you've listened to their review of it, they're as confused as we were about the ages of the characters. They're like, wait, how does this make sense? What's going on?
I was like, this is young Vin Diesel, but we saw young Vin Diesel in the first movie, so what is it? When is this set?
Oh, it's so confusing, but it's wonderful.
Oh.
And we are back as the gang's getting ready for the big race. And after the excitement of the weird-looking gangs from the last episode, in this one, we then get a generic biker group.
Yeah.
Dull, step yo pussy up.
Apparently there's these folks in the red kind of Rufio from Hook kind of looking wigs here. Apparently that is an all-girl biker group. And their whole...
For real?
Yeah, well, not in real life, but like the people playing them they're all female and stuff. And I love in the making of book they note that, and then they said like their inspiration was to be heavy metal kabuki. I think that's what they said they wanted to go for. So I was like, well, I mean, and I noticed on their back too, we've noted a lot of like Rocky Horror influences throughout this movie. And they got a pair of red lips on the back of their jackets. And I was like, that's like the red lips against a black backdrop. That is the logo of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So,
and I'll tell you what, opening your movie with that, like Rocky Horror, I think it's a very bold choice because it's a lot of confidence in the quality of your teeth. Like if you do a close up on my teeth, they don't look that good.
No, I would never allow a camera near my mouth like that. No.
I've had mouth close-ups and it is stressful.
Oh, I can imagine. And over there, you know, you guys all look after your teeth much better than we do.
Infamously so, yeah.
I mean, you try to, but...
When you came over to England, Bryarly, were you shocked by the lack of dental hygiene? Where you're like, oh my God.
It's not a lack of hygiene, Niall. It's just a different approach to the presentation of the teeth, I think.
I was not. I was more surprised that deodorant is more of an aerosol thing than a roll-on thing.
Oh.
Over there.
Are you more into the roll-ons over there?
Mm-hmm. Sticks.
Oh. I'm very against all of the sticks and roll-ons. I hate them.
See, I find that roll-ons work better for me. But,
yeah, here
whatever
almost
works.
nobody uses the spray past like middle school.
Really? Ooh, okay.
This is like now building the cultural bridges. Let's get over the big brook of British smiles jokes and stuff.
It's the deodorant, lads.
I don't mind so much the roll-on that's like sort of liquidy. It's the full-on, the creamy stick I don't like.
Yeah. Oh, that one you can feel stuck in the hair and stuff. It's like, yeah,
yeah, and it gets stuck on your T-shirt. And
I can understand that. That's fair enough, yeah.
the more liquidy one is fine. I'll accept that. That's okay.
Oh, man. But yeah, so that's like we do then get into more generic biker gangs. It's like the production crew were just like, "This okay? We put so much effort in already. We gotta stop."
Yeah, to be fair, they really have, and you get a few more cool, punky Mad Max kind of dudes as well. Which is good.
Towards the end, we get into some weird stuff towards the end of this minute. So I'm very curious as to what all's going on.
Well, to be honest, the whole minute is weird because we have a certain guest star.
Yeah, that's right. Barbara Wilson marching her way towards the banker. Although we'll note in the background someone friggin' staring daggers into her back. There's a character we're going to talk about in a minute. Like Spike, he's already got his eyes locked on her. Yeah. Friggin', if someone was following me like that, I would be terrified. Like he is on her like a hawk. But
that shows how tough she is. She doesn't care.
Yeah. But of course, then we get to go to the banker, aka Coolio, is in this movie for whatever reason. And here he is. I'm sure we all know him best as the guy who did the theme tune to Kenan and Kel.
I remember hearing Kenan and Kel was going to start. It was a brand new show. So I do remember rushing home to catch it. I was playing football down at the park, and I was like, no, I've got to get home. This new show's on Nickelodeon right now. So that's
I realized you were so keyed into Kenan and Kel. It's like, it was the months leading up to it.
Yeah,
Everyone was a buzz.
Yeah, they were bigging it up on Nickelodeon for weeks. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, I was really excited. And I was a big fan of Coolio at the time. His album Gangster's Paradise, that's a cheesy one, I know. I don't just mean the song, I mean the album. That's another early album for me. I was a big fan of that. I think my sister basically made me buy it, but I loved it. And it gets good reviews still. Like Spin Magazine, I looked this up. They gave it a good review. They gave it 8 out of 10. And they said, today's rappers aren't interested in sharing any knowledge with outsiders. Coolio is the great exception. The most stylistically broad mainstream rap album you'll hear all year at the time. Even upon first listen, it sounds like a collection of hits. What a legend. Legend.
We'll say too, like the actual, like that big single, "Gangster's Paradise," is still a great song. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm not a big rap guy, but like, no, that is a classic. That comes on somewhere. I'm like, yep, crank it. It's great.
Well, I think he's one of them who appeals to people who aren't necessarily into rap. Like, I think you might like some more tracks on that album.
Yeah.
I mean, not in the same way that Public Enemy appeal, but still pretty good.
Are you a big Coolio person, Bryarly?
Again, I didn't really get into rap until like high school, so I missed this as like a cultural moment.
Not even Kenan and Kel.
I didn't like Kenan and Kel. I thought they were. I thought their humor was gross. I don't like humor that is like bathroom humor or that involves like lots of fluids.
I think they're a good middle ground, though. They're not too much because it's still a kids' show, so they can't go too far. It's like, let's keep it within the realms of.
I just never liked it. I just even like the Good Burger thing. It was like, oh God, that's so much ketchup and mustard. That's horrendous.
I was never as into Good Burger. I don't know. It always felt like a cheap knockoff of their own thing.
I mean, it's got Robert Wool in it. I mean, nothing good can have Robert Wool in it. We all know that. But
we would have said the opposite if he had actually come on the show.
Robert Wool had shown up like he was supposed to.
He was supposed to show up, yeah. Coolio, another thing about him, these days, he is also a chef.
Oh.
He has a show, Cooking with Coolio.
Oh, that's a good name. Is it like a YouTube thing? Is it a YouTube thing, or is he proper network TV?
No, I think it's a YouTube thing. Let me just double check.
Maybe he got inspired by that like ripped White House chef. I can't remember his name, but he looks like.
Oh wait, that sounds really familiar.
He looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like levels of beefy.
I'm obsessed with the YouTube chef Bruno Albuz. So if anybody wants the most fancy, ridiculous cooking by a strange sort of, I think he's Belgian, man.
This sounds like you're describing Hannibal now.
Yeah, well, and he's daddy. Like, everyone thinks he's sexy, you know.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, this is definitely like you're just describing Hannibal now.
And he'll always do some, like, he'll make like croissants from scratch, you know, and he'll be telling you how simple it is. It's so easy. He's like, you take the dough, you fold it into 3/4 8 times, you slice, you fold it again, and then you freeze for 10 hours. And it's like, this is not simple, Bruno. What are you talking about? And I've looked up Coolio's thing. It is not YouTube. It's a web show, though. It used to be on a network called My Damn Channel.
Oh, I know My Damn Channel, yeah.
There you go.
Wasn't that like where Grace Helbig and stuff, they used to come from that? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got many, many books as well under the Cooking with Coolio name. One of which, on the front of one, he refers to himself as the Ghetto Martha Stewart.
Oh, wow. Wait, hold
amazing.
on. Okay, I'm not saying that Snoop Dogg is ghetto, but I am saying that, like, he and Martha Stewart have, like, a thing going on. Like, doesn't she already have, like, a cool rapper friend? I kind of feel like...
she can have two.
I mean, I guess, but not without some kind of, like, either rap or cooking or combination battle.
Oh, man, it's going to be like drive-by shootings now over who's Martha Stewart.
No. Like, picture, like, an episode where, like, Coolio and Snoop have, like, a bake-off. And while the things are baking, they also like do like a little freestyling.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
Wouldn't that be incredible?
And can I just say that Coolio here claims he's claiming to have created the word Blasian. Like, Coolio, I've heard that word many times before. But he has also coined the phrase "Getalian," which is for his ghetto take on Italian cuisine.
This is like some celebrities do this though, because remember we had the whole thing with Richard Lewis claiming that he invented like the whatever from hell. He's like, oh no, that's my thing. And then like Gary Busey was claiming that he made up, team stands for together everyone achieves more. It's like, people have been doing that since the '60s. Gary Busey, like you can't claim that. But that was a Buseyism. I made that up.
Yeah, no, you didn't. Yeah. And the description of the book, oh my god, this is all brilliant. You need to buy this book, people. It says, this book covers everything. How to become a kitchen pimp. The rules of ghetto gourmet. Pimpin the poultry.
You like put it out in the street corner or what?
It's hard out here for a shrimp. Chillin' and grillin'. Oh my god, Coolio, you're even cooler than I thought.
Yeah. He's a guy. He's tough not to like Coolio. Really, like he does have. I don't know if it's the nostalgia. Of course, should also mention because in case anyone's screaming at their speakers. Of course, the Gangsta's Paradise been the spin-off song from Dangerous Minds, which of course starred Michelle Pfeiffer, and she featured in the music video to a memorable effect. So everything's connected.
I saw that movie far too young.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you have an older sibling. Like, well, you know about that now. Yeah, my sister was watching it, so I would watch it.
Yeah. Although, I only found out recently there was a Dangerous Minds TV spinoff starring Annie Potts. Like, Janine from Ghostbusters was the Michelle Pfeiffer part, and I was like, if that was out now, I would tune in every goddamn week. Like,
HBO, do it now.
That sounds very cool.
Yeah, bring it back. I'd rather see that again than like, Michelle Pfeiffer for Dangerous Minds. He was like, no, the hell with that. Give me Annie Potts down in the inner city streets here. But notably, though, with Coolio here, is he recently claimed that his character here is the Scarecrow.
Yeah. I was reading about this. I've got some notes on it too. Like, he reckons that was a deal he made with Schumacher, wasn't it?
Yeah, he said, I got the exact quote here, is, the only reason I did that part was because they promised me the villain part in the following Batman, which they didn't do because Joel Schumacher, they fired him. Me and him didn't get along that great anyway. The next Batman, the villain was supposed to be the Scarecrow. And so that to me, that would make it seem like, you're setting him up. Like, this is the Scarecrow already. Like... And I guess you could say, like, I can imagine a Scarecrow kind of looking like this, but
yeah. I mean, he's got wacky hair. It kind of looks ragged, like the Scarecrow's hood. Like,
Yeah.
I could see it working. And you know what? He's got some evidence to back him up. Did you read about that?
Yeah. Go right ahead.
Oh, well, because in 2015, Schumacher revealed that the next villain was going to be the Scarecrow in Batman Unchained.
Yeah.
Which would have then also had Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And she was going to be the daughter of Jack Nicholson's Joker?
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird.
Supposed to be... But that's the thing, the heavy casting rumors were always Nicolas Cage as the Scarecrow and Courtney Love as Harley Quinn, which would have been... I mean, it would have been something to see.
Well, that is what Schumacher then says. He says he wanted to have Nicolas Cage because he saw him doing Face Off, and he loved it. But, Coolio, I think he's telling the truth, because how else would he have found that out prior to 2015 when Schumacher talked about it?
Well, see, what I'm certain of is that Joel Schumacher intended to cast Nicolas Cage in that part, but they told Coolio that he would get that part just to get him in the movie.
Probably.
And so that's probably why, because weirdly enough, him saying me and Schumacher didn't get on that well, on the commentary, Joel Schumacher's speaking highly of Coolio. I was like, oh, the great Coolio and stuff. So maybe it's more like, I thought he was fine, but I was lying to him at my back teeth about him playing the Scarecrow. Yeah. And now Coolio's like, that goddamn asshole Joel Schumacher.
Maybe, yeah. It's a weird one. But bizarrely, Schumacher was saying like his take on it was going to be really dark.
Yeah.
And he says the studio, and I'm not sure the audience, was in a frame of mind, to go too dark with Batman at the time. So he's like, I don't believe that. I cannot see Schumacher going back from this silly movie into the dark Batman.
Yeah. Schumacher said a lot of things over the years. It feels very much like Captain Hindsight kind of things. Like he said, like, between Forever and Robin, he wanted to do Batman Year One, and he's like, I was going to have Kurt Russell as Commissioner Gordon and stuff, but then the studio didn't want it. And you're like, really, Joel? Is that the way things happen? Because you churned this one out pretty quickly, so I don't think you were courting any. Maybe in years since you've courted the idea, like, I should have done that. But so yeah, anytime he's like, I would have done a darker Batman, I'm like, I don't think you would have, man. I think you were on this track, and it's only now that everyone rips into this movie that you're like, oh, I would have done things differently though if I had another chance.
Yeah, you couldn't flip it back from this. You've got to have a pause and a reset.
Yeah. Things happened the way they were supposed to happen with Batman, I feel. So,
and Coolio as well. He's playing banker, as we've said, which confused me. Like, the banker? Is he the one individual here holding the winnings and stuff for the victor?
I think he is. He's got.
That seems a bit dangerous. Like,
I think he's courting it though, because he's got the money clip hanging off the front of his jacket. I think the implication's almost like, try it. Like, try to come for this guy. Yeah. He's also got his kind of sugar and spice on either side as well. Like, it's like, these two ladies, they'll take you out if you come for this money. So.
Yeah. Maybe.
Should also note, too, apparently his jacket made entirely of used athletic shoes, they said in the behind the scenes. The kind of a weird boast. I don't know. They didn't give any more information about
used?
it.
How used?
Oh, I don't know. They're just like, the recycling truck broke down, so we got to do something with them.
Oh, but they'll of all the shoes, right? They'll stink the worst.
Maybe that's why Coolio hated Joel Schumacher. He made me wear the stinking friggin' jacket that smelled like old feet.
Couldn't get the smell off me for weeks.
Yeah. I don't know if it's supposed to convey power. I was like, look, I've got these beautiful women by my side, but I stink of the smell of 50 used athletic shoes.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't into the smell of shoes like that. I mean, cats
it's just
are.
making me think of Stanley Yelnats.
Oh, what's that?
In Holes, the dad is like trying to make this thing that makes athletic shoes not smell bad.
Yeah. Oh my God, I haven't thought of that in so long.
Maybe they had a little collaboration. He's like, listen, I have a ton of used shoes, but they smell great.
I have a ton of used. Oh, that'd be the thing. It's like, I have a ton of used shoes as worn by Coolio. And then you're like, oh, he used all these shoes on his feet. It's like, no, he wore them as a jacket. That's the... just getting them like all torn off from the jacket. It's like, these are Coolio's shoes. Like, oh, so he play basketball in them or something? Like, no. He just wore them for one scene in Batman and Robin. Under heavy lamps, probably like set lights too. So they really stunk up the place, let me tell you. Oh. But anyway, Barbara Wilson,
grossed out now.
Not put off by the smell. I have to say, for some reason I had real beef with this line where she's like, "Oh, hey banker, how much coin to play?"
Oh, it's trying to sound hip and cool.
It's trying so hard to sound cool, and it's so lame. Like it's like watching like a Pirates of the Caribbean or something. We're like, oh, I want a parlay to barter or something. It's like this is the hip slang they use on the streets. How much coin to play?
Yeah, I don't like that. It's even worse in the draft because there's a bit where this guy we're going to talk about, who's been eyeing her up, comes over, and he wants to confirm who she is, and he goes, "You got a handle?" And Barbara goes, "Folks call me 3-jump."
Ugh.
That's
I
like
hope that she invented it right then.
Yeah, I'm going to come up with the stupidest crap to show you.
No, like she couldn't think of anything better. Like they're like, "What's your name?" And she's like, "How many jumps are in this?" They call me 3-jump.
3. I love that. Yeah. Oh, it's a handle. No, who says that?
That is full blown.
I actually have. I've heard that now. But it would be
now?
like Instagram or like Twitter.
Oh my god!
Like, what's your handle?
I haven't heard it since 90s internet geeks. Oh
yeah, I've heard it from people asking in person. Like, if you're like, "Oh, are you Instagram?" Yeah, what's your handle?
Well, I used to be flummoxed by it because I'm not a big tech guy, and so when we started doing the show, people would be like, "What's your Skype handle?" So we get in contact with them when we used to use Skype, and I was like, I think it's this. And I would just send them my email address, and they're like, "That's not your Skype handle." I was like, "I don't know what my handle is, man. What the hell do you want from me?"
Because nobody uses it anymore. It's not the 90s.
Yeah. Oh, actually, before we progress on, did one more note about Coolio. His real name is Artis Leon Ivy.
That is a sick name. Imagine if he'd played Ivy.
Oh yeah, doing everything exactly the same.
Exactly.
Maybe that's why he seems so pissed off. He's just like, Joel Schumacher told me I was going to play Poison Ivy.
He's like, I have the name. It's my destiny.
Oh my god, I would love it. Just give him a wig, and there you go.
Yeah. So, I don't even think you need the wig. I think it's just as is.
But Bruce is like seeing him in visions. Oh,
he
yes,
just like
please.
sees like the opening of Kenan and Kel. I'm like, oh, here it goes.
Now we need to also make a T-shirt that's like a Batman and Kenan and Kel crossover. Just here it goes.
Oh, the Kel as Robin or something. Just like every time he gets his hand stuck in something, he has to throw himself around the back cave, breaking everything.
Would he have been a good Robin?
Actually, in Mystery Men, he does kind of pop in as he is a hero in his own right, I guess, but he kind of has that sidekick vibe. So
he's a bit of a Robin.
I'd actually say Kel Mitchell could have played Robin. Yeah, why not?
I don't know if he's got the acting chops or not. I mean, I'd like to see.
He was in that period of the 90s where flamboyant, like just overacting. The Jim Carrey syndrome.
Yeah.
Was in full flight, so you're like, I don't know if he is like a good actor or if he's just loud. Like, I think that might have been the thing. If you can contort your face and be really loud, that means you're a good actor in the 90s.
Well, of course, I always bring it up, but his famous thing is where it's him who's accidentally put the screw in the tuna.
Oh, good.
And it's just like, I
put the screw
in the tuna.
Is now Bryarly sitting going like, I hate that show so much. And I can't believe they brought up the goddamn tuna bit.
We want to annoy you as much as we can.
Although I do have a weird affection for that overact in the 90s now, though, because like looking back, I recently rewatched Scream, and knowing what I know now, that like Matthew Lillard did mostly improv what he does in that movie, and he is trying to play like the most obnoxious 90s-esque kind of comedy guy. Just he's really overly loud and flamboyant and stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's what I was going for. It's like, that was great. That actually worked out really, really well. So.
Whether you like it or not, it's irrelevant. He did what he was supposed to do.
That character completely unmemorable in the script, but as soon as you mention Scream to me, I instantly think of Drew Barrymore and Matthew Lillard. So
Same.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. And
just stays there. That's it now.
It's like Neve Campbell. She was in the sequels, right? It's like, no, she's the main character of the first one. No, Matthew Lillard was the main character of the
You're
first
like,
one.
Who? I was thinking about Matthew again.
He kind of was to me. Yeah, I think of him more than anyone else.
Yeah,
it's Ghostface and Matthew Lillard, right?
Yeah, most people think of this movie, they think of Coolio when they.
I do now, anyway. After
it
talking
does
about
feel
it
like
for 5 hours.
Because he then says, she comes over and she's like, oh, so how much coin to play? He's like, $2.50, which I'm assuming is $250.
Yes,
not
That's
$2.50.
Aw, that makes it so much more wholesome somehow.
Yeah, that'd be quite cute. Like, it's just for spare change. Like, we're just doing it for fun.
He's like, yeah, there's a lemonade stand over there too if you want any, 10 cents.
Cute.
There's a rule: no booze. No booze.
Yeah, it's done up like the Korova milk bar because they got to do that.
Oh, yeah. I love all of this as well. Like, because we hear, like, Barbara, she's not doing this just for a laugh, just for fun. She's seasoned. Like, she's been here before. She knows what she's doing. She's a badass. She won the tunnel run
got her
2 nights ago.
$2.50 all in quarters.
She's
all collected in a sock.
$250. And now she's going for the Kessel Run. She's gonna win that. Screw you, Han Solo.
Yeah, I do feel, because this is essentially Coolio's entire part, and he does feel, for a cameo, he's kind of wasted. Like, although to be fair, I guess in Batman Forever they also did have LaRouge in a little similar scene.
I thought you said LaRue, the pop song.
No, I was like, this time, Batman, I'll be. But no. Remember in Batman when Dick Grayson pulled up in the stolen Batmobile, the ladies of the evening he was talking to, that was the band LaRouge. It's almost kind of like to try to echo that. It's like, oh, you get in, people known from like the kind of hip hop world, and then you play a song that's not by them over the soundtrack for whatever reason. Because you could play Gangster's Paradise in this scene, I guess. But they're like, no, we don't have the rights to that. And then you never see them again. So I don't know if it's a Schumacher staple he was trying to establish, that like that's the way these things go. But it goes over to a much more notable cameo, or a guy who has more lines anyway. We get this character of Spike, which is a very bland name, I have to say.
First thought is of Buffy.
Oh, God, if it was him.
Right?
In character. Oh, my God, yes.
He's like snuck out to do this in Gotham. It would be his scene, He totally would.
Yeah. Oh, it would infinitely be more entertaining than the guy we actually get, because he has this kind of vibe, though, about him, because he either could be full-blown misogynist, where he's just like, there's a girl, biker, ugh. Or he's supposed to be like a really immature asshole, and he's essentially trying to like pull her pigtails, basically, by being like, I want to make sure she knows who I am, because I actually secretly like her and stuff. Like, he's so abrasive about the fact that she, out of all the other people, is there. And it's weird, because we know that, like, the ones with the red wigs, they're all girls. They're an all-girl biker gang. So why does he have a beef with this one particular girl being there? Is it because he knows, like, oh, those other ones can beat me up, but I don't know her, so maybe I can get one up on her?
No, I think it's because she's a winner, right? They know she is. So I think it's kind of like, I'm going to try and intimidate the champion. I'm going for the big dog.
Yeah.
Because despite appearances, she's the heavy here.
Yeah. Or hair envy, as Brad. That's the reason he's wearing the bandana, because he's actually balding, and he's just like, look at that hair.
She comes in, like, the thing is, she like takes off a helmet, and it still looks like that.
Yeah, that's not fair. Come on,
that's not fair.
Where's the helmet hair?
Yeah, and he's just like, my bandana hair is unbearable.
He's like, I only have a couple tufts under there.
He's rocking the bandana though. He's got a Jesse Ventura vibe, the wrestler.
Oh, we talked about that when Jesse Ventura was in this movie. Not 2 weeks ago, I think, and then like saying that his hairline back then, should just shave it off, man. Like,
yeah.
Jesse, I've been there. Believe me, you're better just cutting it all off.
much better.
Yeah.
And I also love how the Mad Max kind of crew have got this rabid little turd of a kid in their gang.
Yeah. Apparently, this is Joel Schumacher's godson, this kid. Lucas Berman, who is the son of Bruce Berman, who was at that time the Warner Brothers senior vice president of production. So nepotism. There you go. That's how you get in a Batman movie. The shots though of this biker family, I guess it's supposed to come off quite dangerous and stuff because they got a kid there and everything. I actually thought it was quite wholesome, quite frankly, because it looks like they look like their little family unit, and it's like, oh, there's probably a dad and a mom there. And they got the kid up; he's all into it too. Maybe he was into it first, and they're just like getting in the biker stuff to do something with him.
Oh, that'd be adorable.
Yeah, so I thought that was quite nice. Like, oh, it's nice. These people all hanging out together, just doing the same thing. Like, they're not harming anybody unless they go out in the streets and then they're like mowing other cars off the road or something. But they seem to be minding their own business thus far. And like, so I thought that was nice to see like the random little kid there. Was a bit weirded out in the background by the two people chained together with the collars. But...
I love it. All of these characters are cool. Just get rid of the generic ones.
Yeah. Although even the ones chained together, like, that's almost kind of wholesome in its own way, because there's no master and, slave there. It's like, no, they're equal. They're equal in their collars. So it's like, oh, maybe it's a much more wholesome scenario than we're giving it credit for. But you ever been part of anything like this, Bryarly? You ever gone out to any biker gangs or bright orange mohawks?
Aw, I'm flattered. No. I have not.
No.
I have not met any biker gangs. Well, I've met individual bikers, and I used to live near a motorcycle shop. But no, I mean, I did go to this. I've been to Villain's Tavern, a place literally called Villain's Tavern. I've done that.
Great.
You get in there. No, ironically, everyone's really nice. It's actually kind of annoying how nice they are.
They're like, oh my god, thanks so much for coming. You get a free drink as soon as you walk in the door.
We should have gauged your vibe, though, to be fair. Like, off mic earlier, you said you worked in a tea shop.
I did.
Like, oh, you ever go into hardcore biker bang? No, I worked in a tea shop.
I don't like super loud things that smell bad. So I'm not that into motorcycle conventions.
Yeah. Or guys wearing used athletic shoes as a jacket. So
yeah, I mean, look, I would talk to the guy because I'd have questions. I would be like, hey, I've noticed you've made a coat out of shoes. Why?
How and why? Two very important
why?
questions.
He would get so much crap in the street, too. Because I used to, way back, when I was in my early 20s, like, wear different colored shoes and stuff. I was like, you could buy Converse, but I'd have one green and one purple or something.
I used to do that all the time, and I know what you're going to say. Everybody always says something.
People constantly pointing it out to you. Like, constantly stopping in the street to talk about it. So if I was to wear shoes as a jacket, it'd be a goddamn nightmare. People come, your jacket's made of shoes. Like, yes, of course I fucking know. What the hell you think I am?
Why do you think I get taxis everywhere, Niall? It's because I want to dress like a weirdo, but I don't want anyone to talk to me about it. Leave me alone. Let me be weird for me, not for you.
I did one time. I was complimented once by somebody on an outfit that they thought I had made, but I had not. And,
just pretend that you have.
Well, I was kind of nervous to wear it because it was a jean overall thing, but the top tied. And it had these giant bell-bottom pants and these huge ruffles on the front. So I was pretty nervous to wear it in front of people. But I wore it to the grocery store and this guy was like, hey, that's nice. Did you make that? And I was like, no, I got it from Goodwill.
You should have gone, yes, of course I did.
Same thing happened to Coolio.
Have you never listened to fairy tales? That's how you end up having to make just more and more of the overalls. Or you get cursed.
Let's imagine that's what happened to Coolio. I was like, I went out to the grocery store and some guy was like, did you make that shoe jacket yourself? Like, no, I got it from Goodwill. I got it from the set of Batman and Robin.
Actually, there is a shop in LA that has, basically you can buy the clothes that they've used for wardrobe on sets.
Oh. I always wonder about that, though. There's a lot of times I was sitting watching a movie going because things have to go somewhere. So you're sitting watching that dressing gown that somebody's wearing in this, that's somewhere. That it still exists in the world. Like,
some of them
was
are
it
in
burned
places,
in a fire?
Some of them are in museums, like the Museum of the Moving Image in New York has a bunch. And then at the Hollywood ArcLight, they'll often put the outfits from like important movies that are showing like downstairs in these little glass display cases. And so then you find out that some actors are tiny, like so small. But yeah, there's this shop in Burbank, I think is where it is, where you can go and find things. So like, imagine finding a jacket made of shoes
as worn by Coolio.
I'd pay anything.
Oh, I love it. People, if anyone knows where we can find Coolio's shoe jacket, let us know, because we will pay something for it. Maybe not top dollar, but we'll pay something for it.
You can help us out with that with the Patreon.
Yeah.
Chip in, and the money can go towards the Coolio shoe jacket. And then me and Niall can have custody of it, like an alternating weekend.
Did we have we had a Patreon thing going there. We wanted Coolio to do a cameo or something.
Coolio will totally do a cameo, yeah.
Like, I was going to call it like a Cool Mio, I guess would be. But yeah, I think that was the point. Yeah, we were supposed to get Coolio on for this minute. That was the. I had to break it to people. Tragically, we did not meet that Patreon goal because Coolio is not here. Or is he?
Whoa!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Coolio.
Woo!
No, sorry, he's not here. I feel like I've lied to all of you now. But
you're gonna have to resign in disgrace.
Yeah. But that's the, I always do think about things, because you get like, the Ghostbusters jumpsuits would be in like like a museum somewhere or something, like some kind of display. But then like Peter Venkman's jumper from that one scene, where'd that go? So does Bill Murray own it? Does it just like it's also worn by Randy Quaid and something else? Like, where
sometimes actors bring their own clothes too.
Are you just like, did you ever bring a shoe jacket to set yourself? To be like,
no shoe jackets.
Did you wear the dungaree ruffle thing?
I wore that to a photo shoot once. But no, I've let's see, I've worn my own pajamas in shoots, and I've worn like my own dresses and stuff. I've had wardrobe as well, and that's better. Like, wardrobe's always better. They know what they're doing. I dress myself because I have to, because you get cold and stuff. But they actually know how to make it look good, which isn't not my thing usually.
Well, but now people watch the play you have coming out on that
play.
website, and I was just kind of hoping that maybe like people like you actually wear that like the dungaree ruffles thing on, like everyone listens to be like, that's the outfit you talked about on the show and stuff.
I think there might be there might have been one of those photos on Instagram. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because the minute's kind of rounding up here. We do have Dick Grayson, of course, is in the shadows, also taking part in this race. Notably, he didn't pay the $250. You never see him go up to the banker to
That's
get.
True.
He just sneaks in, doesn't he? And is racing her? Is it kind of his way of flirting?
To me, it had like Jacob Black. Since we talked about Robert Pattinson in Twilight earlier, it had like the protective vibe.
Oh, yeah, okay. I get that as well. Like, I think he's going to look after her, and I think in his mind it's kind of like, I'll prove I'm the one keeping you safe. Look at me.
Have you seen Thumbelina?
Yeah.
Okay. Cornelius in Thumbelina, he has his like Bumblebee motorcycle. Same energy.
I love it.
Yeah. Dick Bellina over here.
Oh no. Or he'd be what? Prince Dick.
Prince Dick Nelius, maybe. But yeah, so the thing is, even if Dick then did pay, it was off camera. He paid that $250. It kind of then opens up questions like, well, that's not going to be his money. That's going to be, does Bruce Wayne have to give him like an allowance? I guess. Like,
surely he gets like a salary as like an assistant or something.
I suppose, yeah, he did mention he fixed up that bike, so maybe it is like, okay, for services rendered,
it's like
even though you're living here.
What is it that you get? It's like a stipend.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
No, it's pocket money because he's a child.
Yeah, it could be also Alfred going like, here's some money, make sure to go off and spend it on penny whistles and moon pies.
Slips him a 5.
It's like, how much is a moon pie these days? $50?
So, Alfred, I'm going to a secret bike race. I need some money to enter. How much is that these days? $5?
Yeah, maybe that was the thing. Like when a cut scene of when Barbara was getting ready to nip out, he'd pick up her Alfred's room, knock on the door. Alfred, I need some money.
How much could it possibly cost to enter a bike race? $2.50, as we've discovered.
No. Only other note I had for this minute is that because the fact that the guy is called Spike, and in The Dark Knight Returns, there's, of course, the group, the Mutants, who I'm surprised they didn't try to evoke here. It's like a notable street gang called the Mutants, and they all have these kind of weird visors. We kind of saw echoes of them in the Batman 89 comic continuation that we talked about there. By the time this comes out, that would have been a couple of months ago. But, yeah. And the leader of the Mutants in that notably has spiked nipples. Ooh. Like his nipples are just so hard to go into spikes.
What?
So if it was that guy and he had spiked nipples, then I would forgive calling him Spike. But unless he's doing that, or he's James Marsters playing, Spike from Buffy, I'm not interested, quite frankly. But I do know who that actor is. That is Nicky Katt, and many notes on him. But I think I'll leave that because he's in the next couple of minutes. I'll save that for then.
Save it.
Yeah. But does anyone else have anything for minute 63?
Noted out?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because, this time of the week, Bryarly, we always ask people, because Batman and Robin is, or was for a long time, reviled as the worst movie ever made. We're asking the guests what the worst movie they've ever seen is. Do you have anything that would pop into your head as the worst movie you've ever seen?
One of the movies that I saw recently that I was like, I'd never seen it before, and I was like, this is bad. Shrek 3.
Oh.
Shrek 3?
Shrek 3. With a...
So taking a Shrek 3.
Shrek 3. Yeah. It has Justin Timberlake as Fiona's, cousin.
I think after Shrek 2, I did opt out. I don't know if I've ever seen Shrek 3.
I'd never seen it, so I was like, sure, let's watch Shrek 3. And the animation is fine. The animation is good, but, it's just confusing, plot-wise, what you're... a lot is going on at once. So there's, this prince who's trying to take over the kingdom, and it's maybe you're supposed to be sympathetic to them? And then there's, the king dies, so there's this succession issue. Fiona's pregnant and, just randomly tells Shrek, then there's, a school thing, Donkey and the cat switch bodies. It's all things that separately would be enough,
Yeah.
You don't need all of that.
You don't need... you just don't need... We didn't finish it. And then I
Well,
think...
but when you go to watch Shrek 4, you won't know what's happening in the continuity now.
I think you asked me too, in your email, a movie that I know, isn't good, but that I like very much.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Dracula Untold is...
Oh,
the Luke Evans Dracula movie.
I watched it in theaters on my birthday twice. I watched it and I was like, yeah, I don't have anything else.
Same day. You went to your birthday twice. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a year later.
No.
Also on your birthday, you happened to go see it again.
I was by myself and I was like, I want to go see this movie. I watched it and was like, I don't have anything else to do for a few hours, so I'm just gonna watch it again.
Oh wow.
So I did, and then my friend Scott, who I've repeatedly mentioned, bought me a DVD of it. So it's now one of 2 that I own, because I don't have a television.
Oh wow.
But
so you just sit looking at the DVD
I
longing,
just have them.
I wish I could
just
watch
have
it.
them, and then I also have I have a DVD of a movie that my voice is in, that I found at Walmart and cried about because I'd never found a movie that I was in at a real store.
Oh hell, you've got to buy it then, yeah.
Yeah, so I bought it.
What was the movie?
The
Dracula Told.
No, it's what is it called? Goalkeeper of the Galaxy.
Ooh. Oh, I mean that's a title right there.
Yeah.
Like now, I got it. What the hell? What was? Were you the goalkeeper?
No,
or?
I'm the like antagonist girl.
Oh wow!
I'm her in human mode, and I'm also her in alien mode. And I'm not credited at all, but it's me. If you listen, it's me. You can tell.
Hey. Well, so you actually were on set and
no.
that,
I recorded it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you, like, so in alien mode, did you get to wear like all prosthetics and stuff?
I didn't
like,
have to. It was kind of great actually. Like, because when we were recording, you know, I'd get to see the scene before I would dub it, and then like I dubbed it, and it made it seem like I was the one doing like cool flips and like in like alien costume. But I didn't have to, you know, sit in like 6 hours of makeup, and I didn't have to like fall on my ass a billion times. So
always a good thing.
I had just gotten a really awful sunburn on a set, and so I was very grateful to be like just in the booth in the dark, you know. Whereas now I'm like, yeah, I'm actually I'm going to be shooting a movie in a couple months, and I just get to go crazy, and I'm really excited. But yeah, speaking of Dracula Untold, like I know that it is not a great film, and I think its main problem is that the budget wasn't used properly. Like you'll go like, oh wow, like at the beginning of the movie they have this crazy special effect, and I remember watching it and going, they're going to copy that. That's going to get popular. And then it did. It showed up in like bigger budget things a few years on. But they had clearly spent a ton of money on that. And so then you get to like this set, and there's like, it's obviously a set, and there's like no set deck at all. Like it's just a hall. And there's like a lot of scenes that just take place in a field. And it's like, obviously because they just needed to save some money. But I think that I still like think the director must have been good, because the actors all commit like hell to what they're doing. And like the dialogue's not great. The plot's a little weird, but the actors like they commit, you know, so hard. And like I thought that his performance was incredible, because like the scene, there's so much range between the scene where like he finally confesses that he is a vampire, and he looks so scared. He looks like a little kid. Like he looks like he's about 8 years old. Aww. And then when his son is dead and he goes for like revenge, and he's like, son of the devil, he looks possessed. He looks so scary. And I just thought it was great. Like it's not good, but I loved it.
Oh, I've looked up the director. Apparently, he's Gary Shore.
Gary Shore,
and he's Irish, so I gotta back him.
I think he did a great job with the actors. I don't know who is in charge of the production budget like organization, but if you haven't seen it, if you watch it, I feel like it's hard to not notice. Like you're like, oh, okay, those effects were amazing. Did you want to get like chairs for your rooms?
Yeah. One more time then, Bryarly, would you like to tell people where you can be found online?
Sure. Hi. Hello, everybody. So you can find me online at bryarly.com, BRYARLY.com. You can get in touch with all of my reps there to work with me on movies and musical things. You can also find videos and songs there. I may be releasing new songs soon. I don't know. I'm still debating it. But I am going to be in this play called The Zigzag. This has been produced by Premiere the Play with Dean Productions. It's written by Philip Catherwood, an Irish writer now living in the UK. And it is going to be released August 31st. I play Kiva, and the synopsis is as follows. In the near future, the border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland has been completely closed, guarded by sensors and military drones. It is illegal for anyone to cross over. Two people from either side of the technological border meet by chance and discover what life is like on the other side, whilst also coming to realize how divided their two countries have truly become. Dun dun dun.
I love it. Oh, well, check all of that out, everybody. And we're, same with us as usual. Just go on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. And go hit up TeePublic. Buy a t-shirt. Get the new logo if you want. If it's still a thing when you listen to this, get a face mask. You can get that if you want. And join us again on Monday for more exciting Bat Minute action. We will have a new, very special guest. So see you on Monday, Batmites.
Next time on The Hogs of War, Barb's totally bugging and erupts into a race while a series of psycho cyclists ceremoniously give chase. The terrain proves more treacherous than the track at Silverstone, but can the misdeeds of maniacal moped miscreants rob Miss Wilson of her throne? There's chicanes and chicanery come Monday, Bat fans. Same Bat Pod, different Bat Minute.
We'll be back.